Well, it is that time for probably my favourite video of the year. I have done the best games of 2017 in the historical/medieval genre, but this is probably my favourite one because it's looking into the future and what we can expect from games that are coming out in 2018. Now, there's going to be a few surprises in this. I didn't want to make it very predictable. I wanted to make it a little bit different to keep you on your toes, you know. Nice to keep people on their toes, keep them jigging and jaggling, lose some weight. You know. But nonetheless, this is my top 10 games that I'm most looking forward to in 2018, so make sure you stick around until the end, and make sure you put your own list down below, because I would love to see what you guys think. At number 10 is Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Whoa! What are you doing? Why is Bannerlord at number 10? You can't do that. That's basically the game you love the most. Yeah, this is what I meant by a few surprises. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord is at number 10, not because I'm not excited for it to come out, but because I don't think it's going to come out in 2018. There's not been many hints about it, so that's why I'm putting it at number 10, because I didn't want to put it at number 1, because if it doesn't come out in 2018, then it's sort of a waste of a number 1 place, because we don't know for definite when it's coming out. And let's be honest, guys, it probably won't come out in 2018, even though we all hope it does, and Tailwards probably say it might do, but then it won't. It's not going to happen, so that's why it's at number 10. But I want to get this straight. If Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord was set for release in 2018, this would be my number 1 spot. This is the game that I've been waiting for 5-6 years, and oh my, it looks absolutely incredible. The only reason it is at number 10 is, like I said, it might not come out this year. We don't have an official release date for it, so it is going at the number 10 spot. But let's just say, so you know, this is my favourite game that I am looking forward to in the history of pretty much most games. But nonetheless, Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord is, of course, the sequel to the amazing and beloved Mount & Blade Warband, the game that everyone is still playing for some reason, even though it came out in 2010. It's absolutely incredible, the longevity of that game. But Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord seems to improve on it in pretty much every way. If you've been following my channel, you know I do many dev blogs on this, and this is the game that I cover probably the most out of the new and upcoming game. So if you want to see more of that, definitely stick around at the channel if you haven't already. At number 9 is Sea of Thieves. Now, this is a game that I think might have been on my 2017 list. I'm not completely sure, but we know for definite that Sea of Thieves will be released in 2018, which is absolutely brilliant. If you love fun little games that you play with your friends, then Sea of Thieves is the game for you. This is not the serious, hardcore single-player simulation or story-driven experience. This is a fun game that, I want to say party game, but I feel like it's a bit more in-depth than that. It's going to be going from ship to ship, boarding each other, going and doing quests upon islands in a massive open world with your crew and friends, and it looks absolutely incredible and a lot of good fun. But it is one of those games that you do need to have a good bunch of friends to play with, of course. But yeah, Sea of Thieves coming out in 2018, absolutely stoked for it. Now, War of Rights is a game that I've actually done a few videos on, so you may be thinking, if the game's already out, why is it on this list? Well, it's not out. It is released for backers and, of course, streamers and YouTubers and things like that, but the game is not released yet. It's being released in 2018. It is the follow-on from the Mount & Blade mod North and South, and from what I've played, yeah, there are some optimization issues, but it is so immersive and cinematic. When you're playing in these line battles, in these skirmishes with your regiments in the North and South Civil War in America, it's absolutely incredible. The sounds, the graphics are the most immersive I've probably played in pretty much any game. At number 7 is Total War Thrones of Britannia. Now, this is the first Total War game that's in the historical genre that we've had for quite a while, so I'm pretty excited about it. We've been encased in the Warhammer lore for a long time. Not saying I hate it, I actually really love those games. But it has been a long time since we've actually got a historical Total War game, so I'm very excited for the release of Thrones of Britannia, and it looks, of course, to be set in Britain, fighting between the parts of Britain in that area like Mercia and Wessex and all that good stuff. I feel like it might be quite similar to the playstyle and unit style of Total War Attila, But then again, I am very excited for it to come out nonetheless, since I'm always up for a good historical Total War game. Probably one of my favourite strategy franchises, except from the one that's on number 1 of the list, and that's probably given a massive clue to you guys. Shit. Now, Skull and Bones is a game that Ubisoft is developing, which sends signals to a lot of people to start with. But don't forget, Ubisoft have created some of the best games ever made. There's a reason they are so popular, because they are very good at making games. Yes, they tend to ruin some of the games in the franchises and maybe just drag out a franchise for too long. Assassin's Creed. But nonetheless, I think that Skull and Bones is going to be a nice, refreshing look at Ubisoft. This is one of their first times in a long time that they brought out a new, refreshing IP that I think has taken my interest. Skull and Bones is, of course, influenced by the success of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Everyone loved the ship gameplay in that, and this does look very similar. My only issue with it does tend to go on the arcadey side, which can be an advantage at some points. You can get quick games in there. It can be a good sit-in, play-out kind of game, but for the hardcore fans of historical gaming genre, arcade games cannot be, you know, the most successful things for them. But you never know, we might get a sort of simulation mode as well. But Skull and Bones looks absolutely beautiful. The gameplay looks pretty decent, and I'm quite looking forward to it, bar the arcadiness of ships. Ship it a ship. Now, Ancestors Legacy is a game that I, of course, once again, played on the channel, but it is not released yet. It is, of course, just a backer, streamer, YouTuber copy. But Ancestors Legacy, if you want to go and have a look at more footage of this, definitely go and watch my videos on it, because it looks absolutely awesome. It's a very RPG strategy type game where you do have some story scenario type things, a bit of a mix between Total War Attila and I want to say sort of Age of Empires, where you have to build things and you build your troops from it in this RTS game. But it looks a lot like Total War Attila in terms of the cinematics, the animations, all that, all the attention to detail on the fighting. Yes, the animations are absolutely gorgeous, even the trailer that shows it. You may think this is just a cinematic trailer, but that is actually some gameplay stuff that you can actually do and see. It just looks oh so awesome how they fight. And the graphics are absolutely awesome. Gameplay is really good, really good. The multiplayer is a good, fun game to play. But I'm very much excited to see what they can do in 2018 in improving this game and giving it more things to do, more content in the game, that sort of stuff. So Ancestors Legacy is definitely a game to keep an eye out for. At the number 4 spot is Mordhau. Now, this is a game that a lot of people have said is a copy of Chivalry. No, it's not. It's completely different. I've played it. It is beautiful. It is coming out in 2018, and it is probably one of the best combat experiences you could have, full stop. Any game ever. This is so slick, so fluid. You can do so many different combinations of attacks in this multiplayer medieval environment. Mordhau is just, even just thinking about it makes me want to go and play it now. The satisfying kills that you can do in this game, throwing your knife across the map and accidentally hitting someone through the visor in their eye, is so satisfying. And don't say, oh, this is a game where you can do stuff like that, or it's arcade, it's fake. You can't, unless you get extremely lucky like I have once. That was absolutely hilarious when I did that live on stream. Beautiful. That just shows the kind of stuff that you can do in this game. Mordhau is going to be a fantastic addition to the historical gaming genre, and I think it is pushing it way, way forward. There hasn't been a game like this. Of course, it does take some inspiration from Chivalry, but then again, this is completely different and its own unique way. This is the first of its genre, in my opinion, and I absolutely love it. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a beautiful game, and that's pretty much all I need to say about this. The number 3 spot, I think, was probably just straight away. I was like, as soon as I'm making this list, Kingdom Come Deliverance straight on the list. It has to be there. Now, I've started a walkthrough of the early beta version on my channel at the moment, but when this is fully released in February of 2018, I am getting on this game instantly. I'm going to do multiple walkthroughs, multiple different things, let's plays of it, but of course different challenges and things looking around the world. The world is so immersive and expansive. It feels like you are in this medieval land. The combat, I'm not too keen on the combat at the moment. That can be improved in the future. It's a little bit clunky, but it just is so overshadowed by the amount of prowess this game has. The storyline, the story-driven content in this first-person simulation is absolutely gorgeous. Many people have been saying on my walkthrough that the animations and the talking looks a bit weird, but that's just placeholder animations. That is stuff that will be changed. I mean, because that beta version's from like 2 years ago when it was released. So when the full game is out in its full state that the public can buy in 2018, I definitely recommend you not only go and take a look at the game on YouTube and things like that, but pick this game up for yourself. It is one of those games that you have to play to experience it. It is so immersive, and I hope at some point in the next few years they manage to release some sort of VR version for this game, because oh my word, that would be the best experience you could possibly get with virtual reality. It's so immersive on my computer monitor screen, and being in a VR headset in that game would blow me away. Developers, if you're watching, take notes. Take notes. Now, the number 2 spot is something completely different to all the games that I've listed so far. This is Jurassic World Evolution. Whoa! Dinosaurs? Yeah, dinosaurs do technically class as historical, so we're putting them on the list. Jurassic World Evolution looks absolutely incredible. You probably don't know this about me because I don't really say or talk about it much on the channel or play many games like this, but I love bloody dinosaurs. I mean, who doesn't love dinosaurs, and who doesn't want to build their park and have these disasters like T-Rexes bursting through the park gates, escaping, killing all the people, terrible children dying. I know, disasters, no one really cares, but nonetheless, Jurassic World Evolution looks absolutely incredible. The gameplay trailer for it, basically, when it was released, I was on the edge of my seat constantly, just, I need this game right now. That is why Jurassic World Evolution is on the 2nd spot on my list. Now, since Bannerlord isn't at number 1 like it has been at the past 2 years, what could be it? And many of you might have guessed this already, because this is a game that I've raved about quite a lot. This was the first ever game I played on PC, and it is being remade in all shiny 4K. This is Age of Empires Definitive Edition, coming in October in 2018. This game is probably the game that I've wanted more than anything ever. I mean, Age of Empires is the granddaddy of RTS games and strategy games in general, and remaking the definitive landmark of the Age of Empires series, the first one, set in the ancient times, in the glorious graphics, the beautiful 4K, I cannot wait to it. I built my 4K ready PC for this and Bannerlord, so it better live up to it. This is the game that I'm most looking forward to in 2018, and I definitely recommend you guys going and checking a bit more about it. If you've never played an Age of Empires game before, you are missing out. Definitely pick up the ones that are out already, but even if you have played an Age of Empires game before, I don't think I even need to tell you, you are already addicted to the game. You already love the game. You have so much nostalgia with it, because anyone that's played Age of Empires just has. So you're probably going to have this on your radar nonetheless. But please take a look at Age of Empires Definitive Edition if you want to have the experience of a lifetime. So that's it. That is my top 10 upcoming games in the historical / medieval gaming genre of 2018. What do you guys think? Do you think this list is pretty cool, or do you have a better list of your own? And if you do, make sure you make it in the comments, and I'll be reading them all if I possibly can, unless there's like a tsunami or something, because you can't read comments underwater. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably going to be one of my last videos of 2017. It's been an absolutely gorgeous year. I've loved it so much. Thank you for sticking around, guys. The channel is going absolutely amazingly at the moment. If you want more updates on giveaways and things, go and check out my Twitter. There's links and everything in the description, and I post quite regularly on that. But until then, guys, I will see you in the next one.